Hello and welcome to the Winning Agenda's coverage of a Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths online sealed tournament. My name is Jesse Marshall and I'm here with game number 3 in what has been a reasonably successful campaign for us so far. Let's hope we can continue the trend. I think we've started to finally get the hang of this format and get the right balance between the smaller non-human creatures and the mutators and trying to get the most out of them, as well as having the right removal spells in the deck to deal with the threats on the other side of the board. So fingers crossed that that trend continues. The ability to recur instants and sorceries is incredibly powerful, and the fact that our opponents haven't had the instant speed removal spells, or rather we've been able to hold back on mutating to recur instants and sorceries until the right moment, can be quite a significant swing in a limited game if you can recur even one good removal spell with the Lord Drakus. So this hand is a little challenging because we can't actually cast either the Lord Drakus or the Forbidden Friendship with the land. So I think I'm going to mulligan because I think the chances are we're going to get a little stuck with this one. So unfortunately we'll mull that one away. This one's looking a little better because all we need is one land for the Fertilid, and then we can possibly get going, especially since we've got a couple of mutate options beyond that. We might put away the Dark Bargain, even though it is a nice one, just because the other cards also are... Wolverine's probably the only one I'd consider out of this putting away. But it is possible that we're going to be able to cast that and not the Dark Bargain. So let's hope that we draw another land with our next draw to get us going. It's a triumph, but that's okay. At least we know we're only one turn away from being online, and we're still developing our board in a half-decent fashion. So some high power creatures coming down on the other side of the board, which we're going to have to watch out for. The cat I'm more worried about than the Skybonder. Although that does make our removal spells pretty expensive. Here I think we can afford to block. Because we're not going to be able to Lord Drakus this turn. Plus, anyway, we don't have any instants and sorceries to recur. And I think we're happy to just get rid of the Sabertooth. Are we? Maybe we take the damage, actually, because I'm really torn. The extra mana is sweet, plus the extra mana that we can definitely get from the Great Horn by overriding is going to make this a pretty decent creature. But now they've got a tapper, it becomes a bit more of a worry. But I do think we need this extra land. But we're going to take 5 again next turn. Ugh. Maybe we need the other blocker actually here. Yeah, because I think we're just going to block with one and then mutate onto the other. They've got a tapper, yes, but we can hopefully deal with that with one of our many removal spells when we draw them. At the moment, it's just a matter of trying to stay alive as much as possible. They are definitely on the beat down here. And as long as we can draw some land at some point, we can start to develop things a little better. So, I mean, obviously it would be nice to mutate onto the Fertilid and then use it as a blocker, but it's just going to get tapped down by the checkpoint officer at this stage, so there's not much we can do about that. Yeah, things are getting a little out of control here in terms of the numbers of creatures that they've been able to play out when we are quite stuck on mana. Okay, the 4th does help because it means that we can play out a whole nother creature, but still no removal spell. So I guess the question is, we can't play out the Gnar, but we can't mutate with it yet. But if we mutate with the Great Horn, we can definitely play the Gnar next turn. But we're going to be taking 5 for sure this turn from the tappers, plus potentially 6 or 7 if they've got removal. So I don't think we can really afford to take a turn off and mutate. We're just going to have to keep deploying blockers. Yeah, like it's pretty awkward because now if we draw removal, we can't even play it, but there's not much that we can do about that. Like literally would be sweet if we had another land and we could draw into one of our deal damage cards and copy it, but at this stage that is not looking like it's on the cards. Yep, so we're taking 5. And this clock is probably going to get the better of us, especially now. Yeah, so we can mutate onto the Great Horn to get another creature, but we're still going to take far too much damage, I think, here. And we just haven't drawn into any removal. We can mutate with the Cloud Piercer, but yeah, we just don't have enough damage. Yeah, we're sort of one turn behind where we need to be. It's unfortunate, but yeah, hopefully we kind of drew one half of our deck again there. That does happen from time to time, particularly in a format like this where you've got things that are quite polarized in terms of what they do in your deck. Like we've got, I mean, it happens all the time. Like you've got creatures and then threats and then you've got removal spells. But I think given the speed at which games get closed out because of the power of creatures in this format, it is probably a little more pronounced. And we mulled to 6 there, kept a 2-lander where we had plays if we were able to hit a drop on turn 3, but unfortunately the price of playing triomes is that if they're your drop, their land drop that you draw on that sort of turn 3, then you can be in a bit of trouble. This hand's looking a lot better for us. So we'll keep this, even though the Naturalist can't be mutated onto. At least we've got options, and it gives us options for how to actually play out the Dracuses, and now we've drawn our other blue source, so we're certain to be able to play a Dracus on turn 3 if we want to, and then mutate onto it, recur this, could all be very good. We might actually cycle that Triome, depends if we need the black mana once we get up there, so we'll hold on to it for now and just keep playing out our untapped lands and hitting our curve. So a couple of early cycles on the other side of the board, red and white, possibly fixing up mana, fixing up the hand, not sure. Now we can get up to 4 and play the Cloud Piercer, and we can actually cycle the Triome off the Cloud Piercer mutate. So we'll play this out. Oh, what can we do this turn? Yeah, we can't mutate the Dracus because this is a human. So we'll play it out naturally. And then no attacks. One option for us next turn is to mutate, to ram through, then mutate the Dracus onto the Dracus. And that could be okay. We still haven't hit a black mana, so this Triome is not necessarily going to get cycled. Particularly now. Okay, so if we get another... if we played the Triome, then next turn we get to Blood Curdle. This turn we can do Dracus and ram through. Yeah, I like that. So we'll ram through first, like so. We'll target the Dracus and the Raptor. Then we'll mutate the Dracus onto the Dracus. Get back the ram through. Does not matter. And play the Triome. So we can Blood Curdle next turn. And we'll not attack because we don't want to trade for that Sabertooth right now. We definitely want to be able to get our Dracus mutation continuing as long as possible. I mean, having them both on the same creature stack is a little questionable, but I think from a tempo perspective was probably an okay play here. So we'll take another 3 and hope that they play a threat, I guess, rather than a... Yep, so that's definitely something that we want to kill. Gotta be careful thinking about which land we want to play here, just from the perspective of we might want to discard some with Cloudpiercer, but let's be sure to kill this Lair, I think. Yeah, I think we want to, and then recur the removal spell next turn. So recur the Lair, put a menace counter on the Dracus, play out the forest, and attack. And I think we'll block with the Naturalist this turn. And then try and mutate onto the Dracus with the Cloudpiercer, discard the Mountain if we can. Looks like our Dracus may be getting removed though, off the back of this Triome. Okay, no, we're getting some kind of unearth business happening. That's okay. We'll kill the Necropanther. So we'll take 3. Oh, they're not bringing back... It's interesting they didn't bring back the Lair there. Okay, nice. Double. But I don't think we'll use both this turn. Or maybe we will. Maybe wiping their board is good enough. And then attacking for 3. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll ram through the... Oh, no, we need to... Hang on, can't kill that because we're a 2-3. We need to play Cloudpiercer first. So we'll... Yeah, and Cloudpiercer as a 5-4 can deal with the Necropanther, but I want the Necropanther dead this turn. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can't get back the ram through anyway. That's okay, we'll get back the Blood Curdle. So we'll mutate onto this. Whoa. Hang on. Over, but we didn't tap all the wrong land? No, just tapped mostly the wrong land. Discard a card, no. Although, question whether we did actually want to do that. Probably not. We'll do this. Here. Oh. And here. And then we'll attack. And yeah, we are getting a little close on damage, but yeah, as in our life total, and we're facing down a 4-2. So we might actually, I think I'm just going to block here because this, I think 4 life is actually going to be basically a turn at this point, given the speed with which we are able to recur things. Yeah, that's annoying. So Great Horn, yep, that is an okay tapping of mana. Great Horn and then kill the Raptor. Ram through. The Raptor, and then we get to Blood Curdle onto our Great Horn next turn, assuming it survives. But yeah, a little bit of a worry now. Would have been nice to get one more Mutate. I think that would have been the game had we managed to get one more, but we did not. So land's now coming. Let's do this. Menace counter. Get in there. So hopefully we can ride this to victory, because we've now got a lot of our good removal in the bin and both our Dracuses out of the way. Like, this is nice, getting a, hopefully, free creature here. We'll go under. Get a land, we'll get a swamp. combat. Slight problem for us now. I'm going to hold back because I don't want to just die to a damage spell. Okay, they are getting in there. A little bit concerned about this, but I think we can give this a go. See if a surprise damage is enough. Like they could have untap, they could have a removal spell. Looks like they've got something. Wow, okay. That guy is so strong. We'll mutate and get another 3/3 and a land, I think, is better than another 3/4, is it? The 3/4 is kind of good, but another land slightly improves our chances. No, I think we have to go the 3/4 because it allows us to attack into their 3/4. Cool. So we'll hope that they brick a couple of times. So otherwise we are probably in a little bit of trouble. Oof, that is not a brick. But that is going to do it. Whew, that was lucky. So we'll go over and we'll hit for 4. Wow, what a close game. So the mutators just get there. Hope you enjoyed that one. We'll be back with the next game shortly. I think that shows the power of Mutate on both sides in terms of the pseudo haste that you get, as well as the side effects that you can have. And the fact that the Mutate creatures are so big means that the cost of holding back instant speed removal to try and 2-for-1 people in response to mutate casting is really difficult. Like there's such a huge cost to doing that in terms of life and tempo. So even though we had a lot of instant speed removal, we pretty much had to burn it on our turn or at least before attackers to try and stop ourselves from getting beaten in the face. But anyway, we managed to get there for the win that time, and we'll be back very shortly with the next game. Cheers.